Now to power these guys up, there's a couple of different power spots. For each cart has one main one. Easiest one to get to is probably the Surgex down at the bottom. And the power on these is right here. So fired it up, it'll make its little chime. And then from there, it should start powering on stuff, depending on whether it was powered up before or not, or turned off before or not. Let's get that out of the way. Get this out of the way. And in here we have our laptops that run the media and then the teleprompter. Alright, and power for this guy is right there. And power for this very first one is also on the back at the top. So we're gonna go right here. Now there's also these right here. We'll make sure that gets turned on. And I'm gonna check the other two just to make sure we're not missing anything. So on this one, we'll make sure these are all turned on. The amp is turned on, and the power is turned on for that. And this is the switcher slash scaler, or I take that back. This is the clock that syncs up everything. So in here, there's actually a power adapter for that, and that controls the actual raw switcher here. So if you ever miss that, that's where this guy's getting his power from. Put that back in there. Turn the 2 CCU units on, and then this ROS on here should already be on, which it looks like it is. So everything got turned on, should have been turned on. I was looking for all the power switches, which it looks like we got. This is all audio over here. I feel like this is just pointed down, straight down. This is video playback here with graphics and effects. You have the recording monitor. You have the full program monitor there that you can look at and see every camera that's going on. And then you have like input world, output world, and audio world. This controls just the playbacks or the inputs of the cameras. You have camera 1, camera 2. You have an ability to switch between stuff, and then you have the teleprompter here. So if we come into that, let's log in there. You should have passwords to that. I don't need to go over that. Get them logged in, set up. For this, we actually have manuals on most of the equipment and where it's residing. We had a gracious teacher print all these out and put them in here for his class. We also have an admissions enrollment thing here too if you guys want to sign up for a degree in film production. We'll give that back on our way out. So it looks like we got logged into the computers. This is backup camera in case this one doesn't work anymore on my head. And then we have the auto script playback here and how it all works. There's a manual. It's pretty straightforward. And then we've got manuals on other items that are here too. So this is the Panasonic here. These are the actual cameras itself here. This is the Grass Valley switcher, this is the Grass Valley playback, which is this guy. Really cool guy. It records and plays back at the same time. And then we've got a P2 / other media playback there. Alright, so let me fire up the auto script. And you'll see me like check stuff like this. I can see the recording lights in there. Verify it's still recording. Alright, so this is our auto script. So let me see if I can find one. File, open. Awesome, demo. I love demos. Makes it so much easier. Okay, and there's one that has a prompt preview window. I want that. And so when you start prompting, it will either go in order, and you also have a control here, so if you want it to zoom through stuff, it'll zoom through, or if you just want it to kind of slowly go through, we'll get that going. So see how it's going there? If we come back out to our monitors here, we should see it. We should see it. So as if somebody was reading it, they should be able to see the playback there. And that'll be on both playback cameras. Alright, so now that you see we have some video coming in here, all this stuff is powered up. Same with this one. That one's a warning light, which gives us a battery's too low voltage, even though it's plugged in. Should be okay there. I forgot about our TV. Alright, TV's probably blank. We don't have a no input though, which is good. Cool. Looks like we're in business there. Alrighty. Let's get these cameras lined up at something. Alright, so we got the screen and the green screen. And then this one, I was aiming for the chair and the green screen. This crossover. Let me jump up to the CCU units. I'm going to try and give you the best way I can. I think aux2 is, it's maybe it's just aux1. aux1 controls this guy. aux2 should control the TV monitor that's out there in the TV studio, like the news prompter monitor. So we're working with, we don't want auto, we want VB on. That's there. Iris. So this is our iris control. So this one's camera 1 here, this one's camera 2, which is what we had set up. So if I come in, we can mix in our colors here if we needed to. We can turn VB active on. You want to make sure the panel's active, you want to make sure the power's up. If there were P2 cards in here, you could actually control the entire camera from this place. You have the ability to do iris, iris control. We don't want auto white balance. A lot of this stuff is not necessary to get it running, but can be used. There is one other switch on these. If this switch is not set to manual iris, which it looks like it wasn't, so we want that there. It's interesting why it didn't allow you to switch. Let me double check this one real quick. So this one's set to auto, so we want to make sure that one's set to auto too, and that should override our controls back here, or allow us to override back here from within the room and not. Awesome, much better. So here's our iris control. This goes down to 1.4 on that one, and then actually these lenses may not be 1.4s. I think they're 2.8s. Yeah, so see how there's not much actual change. So 2.8 kicks in. I don't know, man. Maybe we'll have to look at that later. I'll have to go take a look at those lenses. So this is probably the color mixing, or this is the color mixing one. This is going to be your best reference monitor. The one up there isn't as close to real color. This will actually give you in a histogram the closest color you can. So we're trying to get our black's black, and then we have green back there. You can just split the difference as best you can. That looks pretty good there. I mean, we can bring the green down if we wanted to, make it a little nicer on the eyes, but we don't want to lose the entire black here. So that looks pretty good. And then if we switch, so we're on aux and then 2, oops, aux 1 and then input 2, we're going to want to try and match that. So I'm running at a 4 f-stop. Usually if you match these pretty close, you'll get ballpark. Good ballpark. We're not aiming for exact science. We're just running off of eyes today. So this section allows you to actually mix colors differently. Let me see how the green jumps out in more or less in there. On the chair, you can adjust. If we had red in there, we could adjust more red. Make it look, I don't know how well this is actually coming out, but the blues are even changing in the blacks. That's on there. For the most part, we're going to want to go with up on that one, straight up. You can also turn it off by hitting this VB active, and that'll allow you to change that. Between that, that's about all you really get into on these. There's a lot more you can do, but just to get it up and running, that'll get you going.